It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
We are 20 minutes south of downtown Buffalo. It is Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
The veteran, Jason Sanders, ready to get us started. And off we go from Buffalo. Davis now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Throwing right away is Allen. And he's got Palmer. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Allen going to keep it on the zone read. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. That's Palmer, the man in motion. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. That's good for 27 and a first down.
These comebacks, they require a lot of trust and timing from everybody involved. If the quarterback's a little too early, the receiver's not out of his break. But if the quarterback's a little too late, that's when disaster can strike. So give credit, really well timed, really nice job by both guys.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. In motion, Shakir. From the shotgun, it's Allen. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it'll be 3rd down.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
And the Bills are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal. He'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's close to another first down. This is brought down just shy of the marker. Throwing is Allen. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Out of the gun. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by the former Wolverine, the rookie from Michigan.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
So, a couple of first downs will give them 1st and 10. They're at the 41. In motion, it's Waddle. Off play action, it's Tua. And this one is caught, but the momentum, that'll take him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Could not get himself turned upfield.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Tua, give it to Achane, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Hill brought in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Bills offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
And it'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Allen going to throw again. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Throwing again, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Allen to throw. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. And he'll take it on in. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Tua. Catch made there. That's Smith. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Tua now on 3rd down. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he steps into this one, gets up a big kick, angled for the sideline. The Bills offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Allen. He's got that complete to Knox. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Allen gonna make the read and hold on here. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. That's Palmer, the man in motion. They go play action now. Here's Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
What a pickup, a gain of 18, and it sets up first and goal.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Again, it's Allen to the air. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one.
This is Clark toward the side of the end zone. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills move out on top, 14-0. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, Malik Washington. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man, Malik Washington. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Hill brought in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the gun, here's Tua. That's over the middle and caught by Smith.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Play action. Tagovailoa. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
To the air again, Tagovailoa. The outside, that's caught by Hill. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Dolphins first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go. And the defense knows it too. But it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's now 14-7. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Davis now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to him with another drive here. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, here's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. And he will score! Khalil Shakir, touchdown Buffalo. He's got another one, his second touchdown of the evening. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Extra point try by Bass. He's got it. And the Bills will take a 21-7 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now it's Tua. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Here's their punter now as he's on to punt for Miami. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense, and Josh Allen head back onto the field, and he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the 2nd half.
Now Allen to throw on 2nd down. That's taken in by Shakir. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, Josh Allen. That one caught. It's Knox, the tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury. There's certain teams where they have a guy like this. I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
1st and 10. Allen working from the pistol. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Allen going to throw again. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Allen on 3rd down. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. Throwing again. It's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
One more time going up top with Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're not going to...
A dive, and he's in! James Cook, touchdown, Bills. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Bass's kick is good. And the Bills add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. Now he takes off. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
And this is one of the downfalls to man coverage, Mike. Anytime the defender's eyes are so locked in on their responsibility, there's not a lot of guys with eyes on the quarterback. And in this case, he escapes the pocket, becomes a runner, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On first down, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Washington. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Hill brought in motion. Now Tua. Throwing right. It's taken in. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Tua now on first down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This will be a 41-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll send the tight end in motion right. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have come to halftime here at Orchard Park with the Bills out front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. The Bills were led in the first half by their all-world quarterback, Josh Allen. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They put the tight end Brown in motion. A run up the middle with Achane. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Now a first down throw for Tua. Quick throw here is complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
1st and 10 now from the 36. From the gun, here's Tua. This one complete to Hill. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
I'm not sure how many guys grew up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you got the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
They'll motion the tight end Smith. Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Throwing again, it's Tua. Now a screen set up for Achane. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive.
And he will dive into the end zone. Devon Achane, touchdown Miami.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Sanders here for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins are able to cut into the deficit.
Dolphins 14.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Quick throw, taken in. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Allen. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, we got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
To throw again, it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start out 1st down and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Here's a give to Achane. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Throwing is Tua. That's taken in by Achane.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Third and a yard. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Here in the 2nd half, you find yourself trailing late. Every single possession is critical. You can't waste any of them. But now, after that 3rd down sack, got to imagine a punt is coming. The likelihood of a comeback just continues to go down.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This is away, and it's a very good kick. Angled toward the sideline. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Allen working from the pistol. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. He's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Once again, it's Cook. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, Josh Allen. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Tungo Vailoa. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On the carry, here's A-Chain. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 5. A play fake. Now 2 at a throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll check this down to the running back. He's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a 1st down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The home team's offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Allen to throw. He'll find his running back, Cook. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Buffalo.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
Now Allen on first down. And he'll be taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Here's Cook. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. James Cook, touchdown Bills. That his second touchdown tonight. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Pass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. A shotgun snap for Tua. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Here's Tua now on second down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins are able to edge a bit closer.
Dolphins 21.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Here's 1st and 10. Allen going to give this to Davis. Finds an alley to the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
There's that man again, another catch. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up second and a yard at the 18-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Allen. That's into the hands of Coleman. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
From the gun, it's Allen. To the goal line and in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Buffalo. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bills are able to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Washington now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. In trouble, and down he goes. The big man, Ed Oliver, in for the sack.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt a pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Tua. This one complete to Hill. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got his man. It's Hill. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Tua to throw again. This one complete to Washington. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Washington. A gain of 9 yards. And the Dolphins 1st down.
To the air again, Tagovailoa. A quick slant into the hands of Waddle. Here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Tua. That's to the outside. He's got Smith. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing again, it's Tua. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be taken down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
To throw is Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn into a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 3rd and goal. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Now, Tagovailoa on 3rd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. They'll try it now with Achane. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
The Bills' offense and Keon Coleman set to get back to work. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can. And I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I would imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
So it's a win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.